Time. The best way to present specialty coffee is in ultra high definition. Let me explain. Specialty coffee may often feel intimidating for most people when they first experience it. When we hand them a cup and say jasmine, orange, lychee, they take a sip, and oftentimes they could not find those flavors. Not because there's something wrong with their palate, but perhaps the flavors isn't clear enough. When coffee feels difficult like this, people don't feel invited, they feel tested. And drinking coffee, I feel should be enjoyable. Therefore today, I'm going to present to you coffee flavors that is so clear as if it's in ultra high definition. Whenever my customer asks me about coffee quality, I always describe to them it's like watching a video. In low definition, things are blurry. In high definition, we see more details. And in ultra high definition, that's when everything becomes big. And coffee works the same way. The higher the quality, the clearer the flavors. And that clarity is not only coming from the founder. It's the producers that creates the potential. The roasters develops and present it. And me, your barista, is constantly finding new ways to present it at its very best. So the coffee that I'm using today is a blend of two producers who share my philosophy of making in pursuit of high quality coffee. It starts off with 50% geisha from Iris Estate in Panama. This coffee went through a nitrogen maceration, which helped to intensify flavors while maintaining clarity. Next 50% is from El Diviso, Colombia. Coffee went through an anaerobic yeast fermentation, thermal shock, to bring out the vibrant floral characters, while maintaining a clean expression. Together, they create synergy, making the coffee flavors louder, clearer, and easier to enjoy. So the first course today, we're going to start off with our milk beverage, as this is where most people begin their specialty coffee journey with. And for this morning, I think it's a good beverage to start with as well. So, I created a custom milk blend for my coffee today. It starts off with 70% cow's milk to give it a structure, 20% soy milk to enhance the sweetness, and 10% coconut milk to enhance the fruit-forward characters. So I'll be introducing my milk to this machine, which emits ultra-low frequency electromagnetic wave. So this will help to enhance the sweetness, at the same time giving it a better structure. And this structure is important because when this milk is higher, if it's combined with my coffee, it will bring it into the ultra high definition flavors. So I'll be steaming this milk to a slightly lower temperature of 50 degrees Celsius to highlight that dessert-like characters in my cup. So when this coffee is combined with my milk, serving it in a 4-ounce cup, that's when you get flavors of these right down. Vanilla ice cream, peach yogurt, and milk chocolate. So if you miss out any information today in the presentation, you can always refer to the information tab in front of you to guide you along. So, finding the best balance between espresso and milk was never accidental. I tried many variations of this beverage with different espresso recipe, milk combination to see how each decision affects the final cup. So I find that when the yield is slightly on the longer side, this is where the flavors of the chocolate are more obvious. So on the other hand, when the yield is short, that's when it brings up more the fruity characters. So after testing and refinement bit, I'm dosing with 22 grams in, 38 grams after that. So this is the best balance between the espresso and the milk. So after setting the recipe, I approach this course like a signature beverage course, using different type of milk to highlight the flavors of the coffee. Enjoy. So when coffee is presented in an ultra high definition like this, customers finally get the tasting notes that we are talking about for the very first time. And when the smile on their face, that's espresso. This is the most challenging course for me, not because it's technically difficult, but I find it's the hardest to make it enjoyable for everyday customers. So for the longest time, we are being told that the ideal espresso is extracted at a 1:2 ratio, a target TDS of 10% in order to hit an ideal extraction of 20%. At this concentration, many customers will struggle to enjoy it. So it's like fruit syrup. On its own, it's intensively sweet and overwhelming. But when diluted to the right concentration, that's when the flavors become much more clearer and easier to enjoy. So I believe coffee works the same way. As today, we have access to higher quality coffee with greater flavor intensity, sweetness, and more positive solubles to extract. That's where it got me thinking. Maybe we should relook into how we extracted our espresso, which brings me to my new espresso extraction style. For that, I'll let you to evaluate the parameters first before I weigh my coffee. I'll tell you more about the weight later. So, my espresso recipe, my new espresso extraction style begins with my espresso recipe. I'm dosing 22 grams in, 64 grams out. A target TDS of 8%, brew ratio 2.9. At this concentration, the flavors become much more louder. At the same time, the strength of the espresso is increased by 20% as compared to the traditional espresso. That's when it's like the fruit syrup. The flavors are much more clearer and easier to enjoy. So, with this new espresso extraction style, I'll need a new roasting philosophy. So instead of evaluating my roast through cupping, I evaluate them through cooling espresso shot, with the target parameters like TDS, brew ratio, and extraction. This allows me to consistently present to you the coffee the way I intended it to be. So just when I serve you the coffee, I'll allow you to hold on for tasting, and I'll let you know when to enjoy it at its best. Okay? So now let's talk about the weight. So weighing acts as a final structural refinement of the coffee. It helps to intensify the flavors and the sweetness, turning it into ultra high definition. That's when you get flavors of, please write down, orange, apricot, and black tea. This coffee is medium in weight, juicy mouthfeel, and a long lingering of black tea finish. So judges, I have specific instruction for you when tasting the espresso. So I would like you to take the total of 3 sips later. And this cup itself has 2 sides. The side that is facing you is marked with 2 lines. That's when I would like you to take the first sip, evaluate for tactile. And the remaining sip, I would like you to turn around and to the opposite side of the rim, which is the thinner side that's facing you, marked with a singular line. So I would like you to evaluate flavors for that. So now you may have a sip of water, and then you can stir the espresso 10 times back and forth, and you can use the red vessels to deposit your espresso. Enjoy your espresso in ultra high definition, and I will see you at the next one. Enjoy. Okay, so signature beverage has become one of the most exciting developments of specialty coffee today. This allows us baristas to design the experience for our customers. So today, I not only want to give you an experience that is beyond the high definition. At the same time, I want you to be able to connect with this coffee easily. So I decided to name it Lollipop. As we all know, Lollipop is sweet and fruity. So inside here, I have 4 shots of espresso, chilled, using the recipe of 22 grams in, 75 grams out. So yes, this is an even longer ratio as compared to my espresso course. The reason why I do that is to capture all the best aromatic and also the extraction inside here. So the remaining ingredients are inspired from the producers on the processing technique to enhance the flavors of the coffee. So my first ingredient here is a clarified lacto-ferment passion fruit. I use 100 grams of passion fruit, 1 gram of salt, waved it before fermenting it about 7 days. This allows me to pull out more flavors during that fermentation. After that, clarify it using 0.2 grams of agar powder and filter it through filter paper, resulting in this clarified liquid. Adding 20 grams of my coffee, this will give you a denser and syrupy mouthfeel. Next ingredient here, I have jasmine infused sprouts, made using 1 grams of jasmine tea, 5 grams of brown rice vinegar, and 100 grams of simple sugar syrup, made using 50 grams of sugar and water. I put it on the blade before I sous it for 1 hour in 70 degrees water bath. So this will help me pull out more jasmine notes by waving it. Adding 40 grams of my coffee, this will give you a new note of Kyoto grape, at the same time, candy like sweetness. Lastly, I'm gonna aerate this coffee, and this will open up the coffee with this aromatic volatile, which you will get as elderflower. So this is a cold drink. You will get flavors of these right now. Elderflower, Kyoto grape, cacao nib. And this coffee has a syrupy mouthfeel. So judges, when I serve you the drink, I would like you to hold up for tasting until I call for time. When I do, please enjoy it in 2 sips. Of course, this coffee has a heavy light sweetness, which reminds me of lollipop. It's yours. So for years, every barista, roasters, and producers have expanded our understanding of what great coffee is. Today, we expanded and increased our new knowledge, technology, and innovation, allowing us to push the boundaries of specialty coffee. Whether is it the new espresso extraction style that you experience today, or a new approachable experience that is designed like Lollipop. I hope that 10 years from now, we look back and say that this is the moment that specialty coffee has turned into ultra high definition. Friends, I'd like to leave you with one question. What would you like specialty coffee to look like 10 years from now? Thank you so much. Bye.
A round of applause for today, Ming! Ming from Homeground Coffee. I'm Ming. Feeling good?
Yeah.
Right, so you have competed how many times for barista?
I calculated again.
7 times, so this is your 7th time. Now, usually when you compete again year after year, what do you take home? Like, how do you improve based on your experience in particular?
It's always throughout the journey, and then after that, review, and also, of course, like the score sheets and all the feedback from judges will help me get better from year to year.
So do you have like a booklet to state all of the things that you should change? You know, do you record it down or tips on how to do
I do record it down, but
yeah.
after that, I think eventually you'll try to gain the because end of the day, whatever that happens in competition, it should apply back to ours.
Alright. Are there any tips that you'd like to give to all of the future competitive baristas out there?
Right, don't think, just compete.
Don't think this compete.
Yeah.
Okay, so as of now, you have competed 7 times. For you to do you think it's important to have a trainer, or do you think it's important to have, I mean, what is the most important thing, element in a group of team that you find in?
I think at the end of the day, it really depends on the strength of the business.
Okay.
So I got a coach this year by a good team. I have some
Shout out to your team.
It's just all of them here.
Right, okay. Okay, wonderful job. Hopefully you get the results you're looking for.
Thank you.
And we'll see you again very soon. Thank you. Another round of applause for Ming. Let us move our attention.